Get ready to turn right.
Kita baru dibersihin.
Turn right.
Jadi supir santai dulu bro, lagi pengen yang santai-santai.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Udah disabun ya? Tadi nganter itu apa sih namanya? Buat listrik tuh. Gardu gitu apa tadi? Nih, ini nih. Oh, kayaknya buat rel kereta. Lumayan jauh tadi. Lumayan jauh dari mana ya tadi, lupa. Baru nyampe tadi, baru nyampe Eropa. Asalnya dari mana ya tadi? Dulu itu dari mana tadi ya? Dari sini nih, Nuremberg, ngirim ke mana nih? Kasli. Oh, ceritain. Lumayan jauh. Mau ini dulu apa nih, indikator apa namanya, indikator tidurnya. Iya, supirnya mau bobo.
Turn left.
Lumayan jauh.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Jauh juga. Kirimannya jauh-jauh.
Exit now.
Ada yang ya.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Udah muap-muap. Supirnya.
Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Servis dulu. Sayang. Supir di dalam gamenya ada ngantuk tuh. Nih, GX. Oh. Apa ya? Tinggi doang. Kargo. Yang nol. Nih. Upgrade dulu, bro. Tadinya apa ya? Standar gitu ya. Sip. Istirahat dulu. Kerja, bro. Tadi udah lama nggak di servis. Pikirkan dulu mau truknya nih. Siap bro, tidur antar barang lagi. Kita ragu belum pernah. Satu tuh. Oh, ini udah. Ini belum weekend. Really? Belum. Oke, ragu. Oke, let's go. Matiin. Siap, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, itu dekat.
Turn right.
Terus kalian jalan-jalan di Eropa.
Keep left. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Ini wah salah. Dulu adalah
Turn left. Turn left.
nah sudah sini.
You have arrived at your destination.
Coba kita ini mana ini belum pernah kan ragu. Ragu Frankfurt, ragu. Ini ragu. Oke, belum pernah ya. Sip. Kita ambil barangnya dulu. Ya, muatan ya. Oke, gas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim ya. Tuh. Oke. Jaga dulu.
Turn right. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
If you've lost money to a scammer, the system has failed you. There are safeguards in place to detect and prevent fraud. So if you've been tricked into sending money to a scammer, then we can help you get it back, even if you've been told no. CEL solicitors are specialists in fraud and scam recovery. If you've lost £3,000 or more, we can help you recover your money from the system. Visit celsolicitors.co.uk.
School reunion. What are we doing getting these people together after all these years? The last time we shared a room, there was leg warmers and roller skirts involved.
We can't help the uncertainty around getting old friends together. But when it comes to bringing your pensions together, we can help. Transfer all your pensions into one place. To combine, go to standardlife.co.uk. Transferring pensions won't be right for everyone. Money invested is at risk. Provided by Phoenix Limited Trading with Standard Life. For full details, visit standardlife.co.uk.
You've arrived, and you're shown straight through to your seat. You've already perused the menu, which looks amazing. And you've ordered in advance. All that's left to do is relax. Oh, and pop your seatbelt on. With Virgin Atlantic Economy Delight, you'll enjoy premium check-in, priority boarding, extra legroom, and picking your meal in advance. Now you're flying. Book now at virginatlantic.com. See the world differently.
Hey, Harry. Hello, mate. Got any tips for the football? Your best bet is to head to Bet Victor. But a little tip from me, see how the players get off the bus. What's that? Well, if they've got their headphones on and that look on their face, it means they're up for it. But if they're in their casuals with one of those designer man bag, handbag, boot bag things, jog on. What they keep in there anyway, a packed lunch?
Turn right.
Got a fire mash today. Gotta go, pal.
Listen to Harry and make your best bet on the football at Bet Victor. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org. My granny visits Specsavers. No chance.
No, my daughter doesn't go to Specsavers.
You're having a laugh. My sister goes to Specsavers.
Specsavers? For my mum, it's out of the question. Dad? Oh, he hasn't been to Specsavers in years.
If your loved ones can't make it into a Specsavers store, it's easy to arrange home visits. Our opticians are caring and highly trained. To find out if your loved ones are eligible, visit our website.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Fly with Logan Air from London Heathrow to City of Derry Airport. Your journey to the Giant's Causeway, the walled city of Derry, and great crack with the locals. It's our joy to take you there. Fly Logan Air direct and daily from Heathrow.
Ready. Turn
Find
right.
deals to City of Derry Airport at loganair.co.uk. Logan Air. Your journey, our
Turn
joy.
right.
There's help for households. If you've reached state pension age and your weekly income is below £201.05 or £306.85 if you live with a partner, you could be eligible for pension credit, even if you own your home or have savings. If you're eligible, that's worth £3,900 a year on average, and you can get help with heating bills, council tax and more. Search pension credit or call 0800 99 1234. Qualifying income level may be higher in some circumstances.
This is LBC with Sangeeta Maiska. Call 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Alexa, send a comment to LBC.
Hello, you're listening to Sangeeta Maiska on LBC. I'm only giggling because I know loads of you are going absolutely bonkers on the text. Ringing in. It's not the Union Jack unless it's flown from a ship or a boat. I know technically that is the case. However, the Institute of Flags, who knew that existed? I came armed, everyone. We looked it up, we checked. And according to the Institute of Flags, which apparently is the world authority on flagism,
Finding a new
they
route.
say that actually, of course, technically you're right. It is
Get
the
ready
what's the
to
Flag
turn
Institute?
left.
Sorry. Technically, you are quite right. It's the Union Jack when flown from a ship or a boat. However, it says that they can be used interchangeably in common parlance. So consider the next remaining 20 minutes of this program as being a program
left.
that is dominated by common parlance. Eamon in Belfast, hello.
Hello. As part of the work, the flags have been contentious for a lot of reasons and a lot of years. But one of our great politicians was a man called John Supir, and his saying around the flag issue was that you can't eat a flag. What he meant by that is there's more important issues than the flag. There's the bread and the butter, and I think Labour are trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator. And I see it as a step in the wrong direction. I see it, I'm against Boris Johnson. I started with the flag, at press conferences and the like, with Boris cleverly and generic and that bunch of charlatans. And I think Labour is definitely going in the wrong direction by making them.
Did you see well, first of all, the caller that we just had on prior to the break, who's a lifelong Labour voter, he tells me, but absolutely 100% backs Labour. He feels very proud about the flag, wants Labour to incorporate it in its branding. I mean, I think he would reject the idea that he's the lowest common denominator. He feels that it's patriotism. What do you feel about the relation? If anyone knows, you do. What do you feel about the link between so-called patriotism, flags, and political discourse?
I think the more you hear a country or a nation or a people, we ever talk about the flag, the less confident we are. I see that over here. We have, our unionist community, and they've always, it's always been about flags and decking out lampposts for the union flag. And I lived through that, and we still have it. But as a community, I see it as marking their territory and not confident. And I see it the same way with the Labour Party. By, adopting this, what is it to say? Patriotism is the last sort of refuge of scoundrels. There is a saying, I'm not 100% sure what it is, but there is a saying around patriotism. And I think one, it's a severe lack of confidence. They need to be telling, you know, the people what they're going to do to make their lives better. Brandon, you know, and the Union Jack has never really wanted to make their lives better. You know, when I travel to Europe, I was always sort of astounded when you go to in countries like that, you see the EU flag alongside the Italian flag, and that confidence that
coba main ML orang.
you know, within Europe, some Brits never had.
Belum pernah soalnya bro.
Missing a trick, basically, you know, by you know, not adopting that sort of that attitude.
Katain bocil.
Flags over here are very, very protected, and kind of pick you up on a couple of things that you said. I know you were talking about, you know, you're talking about the unity of, you know, the Union Jack represents the unity of our
It's supposed to be.
it's supposed to. It's not in no way, you know, represents me. You know, as I say, it's just something to be aware of. You know, our First Minister is from the Sinn Féin. You know, so, you know, a sizable community of Northern Ireland, you know, have no trouble with Union Jack. Unfortunately, that's how I see, you know, and always will.
Juga lagi
I think it's
pengen
to be
main game yang santai-santai dulu.
Flag, they need to be telling us what they're going to do to make our lives better. And, you know, as I say, the first time I've seen this flag was behind Boris Johnson, and for me that says it all.
Get ready to turn left.
Thank you for sharing that with us. You're right. I mean, I have to say, you know, when I talk about the Union flag representing the nations, because that's what it's supposed to do. But you're absolutely right to point out that there are people in Ireland who don't feel that way about it, as there are in Wales and also in Scotland, of course. My question to you this hour, Labour is further incorporating the Union Jack into its branding. Is that a vote winner, or does it turn you off? 0345 6060 973. I'm Supir. This is LBC.
Coming up at 4 on LBC, Ali Mirage.
Former Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick has proposed that migrant nationalities with the highest rates of crime should be revealed in league tables. Is this sensible or divisive and racist?
Ali Mirage on LBC.
What to do when you've got no plans? Well, in just a short train ride, you can open the door to a mind-blowing musical, an inspiring art gallery, or an underground cocktail bar behind a secret door. Sorry, wrong door. From unique nightlife to world-class galleries, jump on a Thameslink train and open the door to more this spring. Book tickets and pay no booking fees at thameslinkrailway.com, where every stop is a story. Save on every range in the Oak Furniture Land Easter Sale Big Weekend, with many products now at their lowest price ever. How about a stylish new sofa for endless comfort, a luxurious bed to begin every day the right way, or a stunning dining table for trying new flavours with old friends? And right now, enjoy 3 years interest-free credit and no deposit to pay from just $4.99. The Oak Furniture Land Big Weekend, next Monday. Finance T's and C's apply. Oak Furniture Land is a credit broker, not a lender. Offer ends April 7th.
How do you make good wine taste better? Let red breathe. Chill rosé to perfection. Pair white with cheese. At Waitrose, we know there's one trick for all wine. Whether fruity Sanleo Prosecco, crisp Mirabeau on Provence Rosé, or oaky Terre de Faiano Organic Primitivo, they all taste even better when they cost less. Get 25% off when you buy 6 or more bottles of wine or fizz over £6 at Waitrose this Easter. Selected stores and lines, subject to availability, excludes Scotland, Wales and Jersey, excludes bottles priced £100 and over.
Veg out with Lidl's Easter pick of the week. Get bags of British carrots, white potatoes, Swedes, spring onions, fresh green beans and deluxe Italian shallots, all just 15p each. That's a cracking Easter with Lidl. Now that's big on quality and always Lidl on price. Subject to availability, selected stores, GB only.
There's help for households. If you've reached state pension age and your weekly income is below £201.05 or £306.85 if you live with a partner, you could be eligible for pension credit, even if you own your home or have savings. If you're eligible, that's worth £3,900 a year on average, and you can get help with heating bills, council tax and more. Search pension credit or call 0800 99 1234. Qualifying income level may be higher in some circumstances.
You're abruptly woken. You're in a dark room full of strangers.
You just slipped through the second half of that highly anticipated 3-hour-long blockbuster. You, Sleeping Beauty, are a health icon. Thanks to your Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, you know your rest time is 87 minutes. And since it's paired with your Samsung phone, you see that 35 of those were deep sleep. Sure, you haven't gone to bed yet, but resting is resting. Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 for extreme liveness. Compatible smartphone required.
Are you an absolutely huge fonter or a zoom-inner? Perhaps your arms stretched out like a zombie when holding a newspaper, or a squint so tightly at the menu the waiter thinks you're sleeping. At Specsavers, we get it. You don't want to admit it's time to become a glasses wearer. That's okay. We're ready to see you whenever you're ready to see properly. Book an eye test at specsavers.co.uk so you can see clearer. Okay, we'll stop with the ears now.
Calling all black cab drivers. Let's talk about those quieter times when your meter is taking a little nap. And those quiet places with empty return trips. Why not consider Uber? Sign up and gain access to millions of passengers at the touch of a button. Black cabs on Uber are priced by your meter. Plus you'll receive 0% service charge for the first 6 months from launch and £400 when you sign up and take your first trip. Turn downtime into prime time. Sign up at uber.com/blackcabs. 0% service fee ends end of September. Terms and conditions apply.
Get ready to
Sangeeta
turn
Maestra
left.
on LBC. Text 84850.
Hello, I'm Sangeeta Maestra at LBC. Grace in Ealing. Labour incorporating the Union Jack ever more into its branding. Does it turn you off, or would it get you voting for them?
I don't have strong feelings either way, like you. I mean, you asked about what it means to us,
yes.
And I just think, given this weekend, one of the things that occurs to me is the irony that ultimately St. George had a cross on his shield. St. George, who wasn't English, but did visit England, had a cross on his shield because Jesus was crucified, as we have been remembering this weekend, and that is not really something that we should feel pride or nationalism in. It's a testament to the fact that all of us as human beings sinned and need forgiveness from God, and if we follow Jesus' teachings, we should have compassion for others rather than being nationalistic and resenting other people in the way that some people using the flag have sometimes done. But when the flag has been
and then exit left.
racist or disregard the humanity of people from other parts of the world, I don't think we need to presume that it always means that. I think that we can spend a bit too long trying to decide for other people what their words and symbols mean, rather than actually listening to what they're saying. It almost reminds me of how people on the right have decided what woke means, so that they can get angry about woke without actually listening to what the original meaning was. It would be better for us to find the things that we agree about, rather than saying, you people over there, well, you mean this by this, because I said that you mean this, and therefore I'm angry. Actually, Labour's not trying to say that they hate people from other countries by using this flag. According to YouGov polls in 2017, 55% of the general population feel positively about the flag, and only about 6% feel negatively about it. It might be slightly different now, but I think it's generally not something that the majority of people dislike. It would be better for us to concentrate on policies rather than putting a lot of emotion one way or the other into the flag.
I couldn't agree more, Grace, and I actually, which is why I'm kind of disappointed that a little bit. I mean, it doesn't exactly keep me up at night, but I don't know why Labour really feels that it needs to go down that path personally. But thank you for your call. Very nuanced and thoughtful. Thank you, and researched. You got polling. Impressive. Billy in Colchester in Essex. Hello.
Hello, Sandy. Yes, well, it's time us sensible centre-left-leaning liberals took back our flag from the swivel
At the
line to the
roundabout,
far
take
right.
the
Yeah,
second exit.
it really is. You know, and Labour put the flag on their literature. Shouldn't be a big deal. It should be normal. It shouldn't be Boris
Exit now.
surrounding himself with flags and saying a left-wing would be more patriotic. You know what I mean? I mean, this implication from the right, you've got to be far right, patriotic. I resent that. I'm left-wing. I've always been a left-wing socialist, left-leaning liberal.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
It's interesting, Billy, because actually, you just reminded me, sometimes, I don't know if you're on social media, Billy, but sometimes I get quite a lot of, what should we say, tricky customers. And sometimes they have lots and lots of flags, right, in their biographies. Usually the George Cross and the Union flag, Union Jack. And so sometimes I'll just change my profile photograph into the Union Jack just to trigger people because it's fun. And so I agree with you. I do think perhaps there is an argument to be made that perhaps there is an argument to be made that the left should, what's the word, reclaim the flag from its connotations with the far right, perhaps?
What this needs, it needs to take the sort of unpleasantness out. It just become a normal flag. I mean, look, for example, in the Netherlands or in France, people fly their flags. Like in Holland, if you've ever been there, you may notice on every house there's a flagpole, and they put their orange flags out on King's Day and stuff like that, you know, and they fly their flags happily, you know, and so should we. And it shouldn't have this sort of dodginess, this sort of far right, you know, it's always been this way. But I'm 71 years old, I'm in the National Front, and they've been there all my life, all this right-wing stuff, it's always been there. And they've always had this Union Jack thing, you know, and this is what's happened, that we need to detoxify our flag, yeah?
Yeah, Billy in Colchester in Essex, powerful argument.
Kita naik perahu. Ini kan betul. Indonesia.
Recomputing.
Kita lanjutkan lagi perjalanan.
Ready to turn right. Turn right.
Oke, makasih. Jangan di jalan.
When we first picked it up, it nearly went straight into the bin, as we thought firstly it was a BNP leaflet or a Tory leaflet. It was only when we turned it over that we spotted it was the Labour Party leaflet. Not sure this is a well thought out strategy. Glyn and Colville Valley actually very much sort of nailing the heart of this exclusive in The Guardian is all about. Aaron in Oxford, hello, afternoon. You might be my last caller. Hello.
Thank you. I was just going to make the point that, I mean, the the flag being adopted for positive things, it's not the first time this has happened. I mean, back in the 90s, we had Cool Britannia, where the flag was absolutely this exciting and positive image of art and culture. And, I mean, the Blair government absolutely embraced Cool Britannia. Going back to the 60s, I mean, the flag was used in a lot of art and cultures then, and it was always used then in a positive way. I mean, that was the same times Labour governments were talking about the white-hot heat of industry and technology. It's not the first time that it's been positive, and I'm really pleased that it's going to be positive, because I'm sick to death of racists and far right trying to claim my flag.
Aaron in Oxford. Powerful argument. I think we probably will return to this conversation as we approach the next general election. Thank you very much indeed for all of your calls, texts and tweets over the last 3 hours. Much appreciated. I'm back tomorrow, standing in for Sheila Fogarty. Back again between 1 and 4 p.m. Hang on, what day of the week is it?
No. Tomorrow is your normal show on Sunday. You're standing in for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can hear that Ali Mirage is here. I do apologise, you know what it is? It's bank holidays, they throw me. I covered cheer on Friday, and now I'm like, what day of the week is it? Sorry, shall I start that all over again? I do apologise. I'm back on my own show tomorrow on Sundays. Ali's just punched out. I'm starting at 1 o'clock, ending at 4, and then I'm also here for you on Bank Holiday Monday, stepping in for Sheila Fogarty. If you missed any of today's show, you can listen back on Catch Up on Global Player, the official LBC app. We can also pause and rewind live radio. Download now for free from your app store or head to globalplayer.com. Coming up at 7 on LBC, it is Natasha Devon, but now you've just heard him, the man himself, Mr. Ali Mirage.
Thanks, Anita. Always a pleasure to listen to you whenever. Former Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick has proposed that migrant nationalities with the highest rates of crime should be revealed in league tables. Ministers would then be able to report to Parliament on the nationality and asylum status of every offender convicted. Should migrant crime league tables be introduced, or is this divisive and racist? At 5, Sakir Starmer is facing discontent from Labour MPs over the use in election leaflets plastered with Union Jacks amid concerns that it may alienate ethnic minority voters. What's so offensive about the Union Jack? And at 6, schools in England are supposedly closing down legitimate debate about the Israel-Gaza conflict, but teachers feel ill-equipped and are concerned about political impartiality. How should we engage with kids about the conflict in the Middle East?
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 4 o'clock, Northern Ireland's First Minister Michelle O'Neill says all of the party leaders share the view that there is no threat to the power-sharing institutions in the nation following the resignation of DUP leader Sir Geoffrey Donaldson. He stood down after being charged with historical sex offences, which he's vowing to contest. Miss O'Neill says her priorities are leadership and cohesion.
The public here rightly deserve our newly formed executive to be continued to deliver for them for now and into the future. My priority is to make that power sharing work. My priority is to work with the other political leaders around the executive table. That was why I thought it was important yesterday to reach out to each of the political leaders.
The broadcaster, which employs a stabbed journalist, has accused Tehran of targeting it. Counter-terrorism police are investigating the attack on Iran International.
Bentar ya, pipis dulu.
the right, but also from the centre left of the party as well, including Robert Buckley. This proposal is basically backed by these MPs. And what will effectively happen is that these league tables will be published annually. Ministers would then present a report to Parliament each year detailing the nationality, visa status and asylum status of every offender convicted in English and Welsh courts in the previous 12 months. Now, such a move would mirror some states in the US and also Denmark, where crime rates from those from Kuwait, Tunisia, Lebanon and Somalia are far higher than those of Danish nationals. And the plan has been set out in this amendment to the government's criminal justice bill and would enable the Home Office to toughen visa and deportation policies for nationalities linked to high rates of crime. I mean, that is a subtext to this, that it would actually make it much tougher to get a visa in the first place, or to actually be granted, I guess, asylum here. And it could also possibly lead to deportation. Now, it's understood that the government's main concern regarding this is the implementation of the plan in terms of practically how it's going to be done. And as I say, it's been put forward by Robert Jenrick, but it has got support of a number of MPs. So it's a very, very interesting proposal that's been put forward. Not completely surprising, because we know that Robert Jenrick pays a lot of attention to these things. He might be preparing for a leadership bid at some point himself. So maybe this is all part of that, I don't know. But certainly it's an interesting proposal. And my question, therefore, to you is this. Should migrant crime league tables be introduced, or is this divisive and racist? Should migrant league tables be introduced, or is this divisive and racist? 0345 6060973. You can text on 84850, or you can ask Alexa to send a comment to LBC. Now, joining me to discuss this is Jacqueline McKenzie, Head of Immigration and Asylum Law at Lead Day Solicitors. Good afternoon to you, Jacqueline. What do you make of this proposal?
Well, I mean, it's quite a confusing one, because it's the aim of it is that it will be used to decide immigration and asylum policy. And at the moment, if anybody applies for anything in the UK, considerable checks are conducted, both domestically and internationally, to see whether this person has any criminal convictions or not. So I can't see how, because one of the examples I've seen is that there's concern that a lot of Albanians, for instance, have been, found to be members of gangs.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, I don't understand how knowing that will affect how you decide an application coming from an Albanian student or an Albanian spouse, because you've still got, and of course governments have to protect our borders, but you've still got to conduct an exercise, case by case, to see whether that person or not has any fault. And if that's not what you're going to do, if you're going to say, well, we're going to look harsher at everybody coming from Albania, then that is discriminatory in my mind.
But as you say, Jacqueline, and this is clearly one has to be careful about these things. It may be discriminatory, but if there is an outsized, disproportionate number of Albanians who are proved to come into the country who then end up in organised crime and drug trafficking, as the National Crime Agency chiefs themselves previously warned that, and I quote, a significant number of Albanians who had entered the UK illegally were working for organised criminal drug gangs. If you've got only a couple of years ago, 12,000 people coming across from Albania, 10,000 of which are single men, many of which may end up in the UK drug trade. I mean, so clearly some stats on this, some tracking of this, would not be a bad idea, would it?
Well, I mean, that's the worry about this, because we say 10,000 of them were men. What proportion of Albanian men were actually convicted of a drug offence or any offence? Where is that data available? Now, in the 80s and 90s, we saw a consequence of this, where government was, and the media was constantly saying that most street robbery and most mugging, as this was prevalent at the time, was being done by black boys. Now, the data didn't bear that out, but that's what was in the narrative, the national narrative on criminal justice, where street robberies and muggings were concerned. And yes, a lot of young black men were that, but the data did not show that they were more. But what the consequence of that was that black men, particularly black youth, were disproportionately stopped in search, were disproportionately excluded from school, were disproportionately feared, which meant that affected their schooling, it affected their employment prospects. And what you have, effectively, is stereotyping of the worst kind, which goes on to affect and impact on how people do in society. Now, this would be an interesting exercise for government to do if they were going to look at the nationalities of all offenders, because we'd get some really interesting data. At the moment, everybody thinks that it's only Asian men that are perpetuating child grooming, and we know the data does not bear that out, for instance. So either publish it all or none of it.
But Jacqueline, we're talking about people coming in through the immigration and asylum system, as I understand it. That's what this is about. What is the issue? What is the problem or the potential downside of simply tracking this? Do you think that simply tracking it is itself an act of discrimination?
No, not tracking it. It's tracking it and then publishing it. Because if you publish it, if you're using it for your internal policy guidance, that might be one thing. But if you're going to publish it and bring it to the House, which is what I understand Robert Jenrick is proposing, then you are unfortunately going to be going on to stereotyping huge amounts of people, because at the moment, and yes, governments have to protect their borders, and at the moment that is done by looking at each application. The government makes a big thing of saying it stopped Albanians, and I don't want to focus this around Albanians, but unfortunately that's what Jenrick's used as an example. They've stopped them from coming. People who are coming through visa routes will be scrutinised. I do a lot of these cases, and people are scrutinised within an inch of their lives. And that should be the system. People who are going to cause a problem or who already have convictions out, they don't have, there is no, they are visa nationals, Albanians, and you should scrutinise them at that level.
But do you think, of course you should, and absolutely before they enter the country, and that should be thorough. But do you think, Jacqueline, that there is completely no merit in then tracking them once they're here to see if there is a propensity for members of certain ethnic groups or nationalities to commit crime? Because if there is a particular issue, it might reveal that there may be a propensity of gang-related crime or some other issue that actually needs to be addressed. And people who are coming into the country certainly should be abiding by the law. Now, you could make an argument that everyone who's already here should be doing the same. Of course they should. But clearly...
Government should be doing that. I mean, government should be looking at data of all sorts and using it to determine policy, not for publication, not for stereotyping, because this is not even a workable thing. This is only being mooted because elections are coming up, and it's another thing. We're going to hit migrants, we're going to be tough on migrants, and it plays out well in the elections. It isn't real, because how are you going to do it? What different things are you going to do in terms of applications for educations and visas? Nothing, because you already scrutinise those. It's knowing what, in the same way, we want to know what proportion of women are in the criminal justice system, what proportion of people at different age groups, what proportion of white men are involved in white-collar crime and tax crimes and so on. Yes, the government collects that data because it helps inform policy, helps inform the work it does under the criminal justice system, but this is not what this is about. This is about publishing it. So, and if you publish this data, all it's going to do is stereotype entire communities, and that has very negative consequences.
Thank you very much indeed, Jacqueline. That was Jacqueline McKenzie, Head of Immigration and Asylum at Legal Solicitors. So look, Robert Jenrick's come out with this proposal, which is for migrant nationalities with the highest crime rates to be revealed in league tables. You're going to keep a league table of crime. They already do this in Denmark. So in Denmark, the nation of origin with the highest conviction rate are as follows: Kuwaitis, Tunisians, Somalians, Lebanese, Jordanians, Ugandans, Algerians and Moroccans. They track this themselves. Now, I guess the argument here, and to Jacqueline's point that was just made, like, what's the point of all this? I think the point here is that you would track it, you would publish it, and then I assume that it would be harder for members of a certain ethnic group or nationality to actually get visa clearance or indeed asylum clearance to come into this country. I think that would be the point of what this is. Now, I think it's a delicate conversation, because how do you deal with a situation where you don't want to be simply in a blanket manner from a particular nationality with a brush of being criminals, where you don't have any evidence that every single person from a particular ethnic or national group is going to commit a criminal act before they've even come into the country. And that seems tricky. But then again, you do have certain groups that are just evidence-based, are committing more crimes than they arrive. So is this totally irrelevant? Or is there an element here where we have to handle it delicately, yes, we can't discriminate against people, or we have to be very, very delicate around how we manage it. But is there a point of tracking this? I mean, I intuitively think that yes, I don't agree with everything that Generic said in the past, and I think you have to manage these things very sensitively. But if there is a propensity for members of a certain ethnic group in large numbers, disproportionately, to be committing crimes, and those coalesce around a certain type of crime, be it gang violence or drug-related activity, I think I would want to know. Now, what happens then in relation to that, in terms of do you then toughen up members of a certain nationality or ethnic group coming here because you've got the data? At the moment, we don't have the data. So maybe we get the data, that's a place to start, and then we can work out from that particular point forward how we deal with it. Yes, of course I'm concerned about profiling and all of these things. Every time I go to the US, I get stopped by customs officials because my full name's Mohammed Ali Miraj. I don't think it's particularly fun. But then I don't really blame the customs officers for that. I blame Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda for crashing planes into the Twin Towers on 9/11. But there we are. We all have our crosses to bear. And it is Easter, no pun intended. So there we are. I'm sort of a little bit sympathetic to Generic here. Not completely... I think it needs to be handled sensitively, but I think he actually may have a point. So I want to explore this with you. What do you think about this? Do you think that having migrant crime league tables should actually be introduced, or is it divisive and racist? 0345 606097, text 848 or ask Alexa to send a comment to LBC. Listen to Ali March on LBC. It's 472.
LBC. Hey, Harry. Hello, mate. Got any tips for the football? Your best bet is to head to Bet Victor, but a little tip from me: see how the players get off the bus. What's that? Well, if they've got their headphones on and that look on their face, it means they're up for it. But if they're in their casuals with one of those designer man bag, handbag, boot bag things, jog on, they're keeping there anyway. A packed lunch. A mashed today. Gotta go, pal.
Listen to Harry and make your best bet on the football at Bet Victor. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Do you like the sound of work that has plenty of giggles? Where you'll build lifelong skills, as well as wobbly towers? Where you'll feel part of a team, or even have the chance to lead one? Where every little thing you do makes a big difference. Do something big. Work with small children. Search early years careers to find out more.
Here we go again. Running a small business, I should be used to early mornings. Gotta stay ahead of the competition. After all, the early bird catches the sun lounges by the pool.
With an American Express business card, spend securely and earn points on business transactions to put towards your dream holiday.
Why by the bar as well?
The card is for business. The points are for pleasure. Search Amex Business Card. Terms and annual fees apply. 18 plus, subject to status.
How do you make good wine taste better? Let red breathe. Chill rosé to perfection. Pair white with cheese. At Waitrose, we know there's one trick for all wine. Whether fruity Salé Prosecco, crisp Mirabeau or Provence Rosé, or oaky Terre de Faiano Organic Primitivo, they all taste even better when they cost less. Get 25% off when you buy 6 or more bottles of wine or fizz over £6 at Waitrose this Easter. Selected stores and wines subject to availability. Excludes Scotland, Wales and Jersey. Excludes bottles priced £100 and over.
If you live for self-expression and have designs on more exciting interiors, let's make it real. Introducing the new all-electric BMW iX2 with ergonomically sculpted sports seats and an optional panoramic glass sunroof that floods the cabin with light. Search BMW iX2 to book a test drive. Nonconformists, please form a disorderly queue. Test drive subject to status and availability.
Happy birthday. May this year bring you happiness.
And XDB's investment plans.
Wait, what?
You don't know? XDB's investment plans are a great way to start achieving your goals.
Absolutely.
Choose your desired ETFs, select a funding methods like auto investing, allocate your assets, and you're good to go.
And the best part? It's zero commission.
Download the XTB app and start passive investing with investment plans. For monthly turnover equivalent of up to €100,000. T's and C's apply. Your capital is at risk. The value of your investments may go up or down.
Veg out with Lidl's Easter pick of the week. Get bags of British carrots, white potatoes, swedes, spring onions, fresh green beans, and deluxe Italian shallot. All just 15p each. That's a cracking Easter with Lidl. Now that's big on quality and always Lidl on price. Subject to availability, selected stores, GB only.
Ali Mirage on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Mirage on LBC is 420. I'm asking you about this proposal from Robert Jenrick that the migrant nationalities with the highest rates of crime should be revealed in league tables under plans that he's put forward to ministers. And I quote this, there is mounting concern that the UK is importing crime, particularly violent crime.
Oke, karena sayanya ngantuk berat, jadi sudahi dulu live streaming hari ini. Terima kasih sudah nonton dan juga subscribe channel ini. Saya Yudi, insyaallah nanti saya akan live lagi ya. Oke, kalau begitu saya Yudi pamit undur diri dulu. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.